record on this computer. Okay, we're recording. So any more people as they come in, I'll allow them back in. Okay, so people will be able to join back in. So one of the biggest things to start with at the beginning of the program is dealing with overwhelm. Okay, now when we begin a fitness journey or a diet journey or any kind of journey like this, we instantly expect to understand everything straight away. And very often when we don't, we can become disheartened. We can make excuses as to why we're not doing things, and generally just not ask for help when we need it, which is a massive thing. Sorry, I'm just muting a couple of people because it's noisy. Which is a massive thing that everybody needs to understand here, is that Nat, I and Steve are here all day, every day. That's why I do the lives every morning, to help people and to make sure that you absolutely understand everything exactly like this live. Okay, so just bear with me again, I'm just muting everyone. So the only thing you can ever really do wrong is not ask for any help. And that's why I set up a promise afterwards, and it's something that I will post in the group after this Facebook Live. That promise is everything that I expect from you, and it's also everything that I promise to deliver in return. So the things my end are quite simple. So I promise never to take less than 24 hours to reply to a message on PT Hub. I promise to always listen to you. And the big promises on your end are that you have to promise to ask for help, okay? Because the only time when people fail is when they're struggling with something and they don't stand up and ask for it, and then come up with BS excuses like, oh, I didn't want to bother you, or all that type of thing. You know, we're here to get results, we're here to work together, and we're here to help you. So that's what I want to be really, really firm on from the outset. Now, in terms of training, in terms of PT Hub, in terms of managing nutrition, in terms of MyFitnessPal, you're not going to get it all this weekend, okay? And it's really important that you understand that, because very much like, I don't know, learning the piano or learning Spanish or doing a degree or doing a new job, you don't understand it straight away. And that's what this course is about. It's about giving you the training and the nutrition tools to manage your food and live a healthy, happy, confident life forever, not just for 8 weeks. You know, it's not an 8-week starvation plan where we're going to see what we can achieve. I won't allow you to, or expect you to do anything in the next 8 weeks that you can't do for the rest of your life, because otherwise, for me, what's the point? You know, who wants to starve themselves for 8 weeks to go on holiday to then bloat and then go back to square one? It's completely pointless. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. And, you know, learning these tools take time. So, you know, again, just future pacing here. Some of you are going to struggle to use MyFitnessPal. Some of you are going to struggle to use the MyPT Hub app. But what you need to understand is that's no different to the first time you got an iPhone or the first time that you got Facebook. You know, even in this current climate, when Facebook does an app update and there's like a new version, or you get a new phone, you're like absolutely screwed for the first 24 hours, aren't you? You can't find anything. You don't know where it is. You don't know where it works. But because they're things that you use every single day, you become very good at using them very quickly. Like, everyone just picks up an iPhone, you know, using MyFitnessPal and MyPT Hub, which are the two main apps that I use. They're no more difficult than Facebook or using an iPhone. Just be mindful at the start that it will take time to get used to them, and it will take time to understand, and don't give up just because things are difficult at the start, okay? So also in regards to your training programs and your nutrition programs, a big thing to remember as well is that nothing is set in stone, okay? This isn't a set plan. There are loads of really shit coaches that will give you a set plan, and the second that they've sent it to you, they don't want to hear from you anymore because they see it as they've done you at their job. You know, Ali, here's your plan, go and stick to it. If you can't stick to it, that's your fault, you're crap, and that's the reason why you failed. Cut line, they've done their job. That's not the way we work, okay? things change, people's change, situations change. You might hate one type of food. You might not be enjoying one type of training. You might enjoy one type of training and want to do more of it. You know, your jobs might change, your relationships might change, and everything to do with fitness and nutrition has to be fun, it has to be enjoyable, and it has to fit round your life, causing the least amount of disruption possible. Because I know from years and years of experience, if what we do starts to either disrupt your life or you don't enjoy it, you'll just quit. And that's not what either of us want. So we have to make it fun, we have to make it fit around family, and we have to make it sustainable forever. Because, you know, what we're looking to do here is to get the tools to get the lifestyle. Okay, so we still eat as a family, we still go on holiday, we still let our hair down at Christmas, we still go on hen parties, stag parties, girls nights out, boys nights out, dates nights, whatever, but we learn how to manage that all around our plan. Because all other people seem to do in the fitness industry at the moment is, you know, especially the bodybuilding fraternity coaches is, sorry, let me just shut this window, is kind of convince what I would say normal folk who just want to lose some body fat and feel a little bit more confident that they literally need to give up every single thing they love in life in order to get results. And if they don't, then again, it's their fault and they're not working hard enough. So without further ado, I'm going to go through the apps and show you part by part. So feel free to grab a pen, make lots of notes. I'm not going to do any comments or questions until now, because it will just massively overcomplicate things. But this full meeting is being recorded, so I will be posting the playback of it. So I'm just going to bring up, hopefully, my iPad. Trust. Okay, so we are. Bear with me, guys. Where's my iPad not connected? Sorry, guys, just bear with me. Share screen, about share options. Sorry, guys, slight technical issue here. My iPad's not connecting for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you on the desktop, because for some unbeknown reason to me, unless we've got any technical people who've got any better ideas, my iPad's not connecting to my screen. Okay, so let's go desktop anyway. So PT Hub is very similar on the iPad version anyway. So let me just close that down. Okay, so each of you will have your own profile within the PT Hub, okay? And the news feed appears pretty much like a a Facebook one would, and hopefully you've all done this already. If not, you'll need to do it. You have the option to download the app on the right hand side. Okay, so let me just close these off. With the hub, so the 9 dots are basically the key in the menu back to everywhere we go. So within here we have your hub, which is the home page, workouts, nutrition, programs, calendar, chat, financials, files, and forms. Okay, so I'm going to start with files because that's the first place we need to go. Now, obviously within my files, you can see there's literally every single person's nutrition plans. But within yours, you will have a copy of my book, and you will have the 14 different recipe books, which I'll come on to. So we've got edition 1, edition 2, edition 3. We'll come on to those in a bit more. Now, on the mobile app, these are the 3 dots is on the top right hand corner. So again, in the mobile app, some people will say, oh, I can see the recipe books that I can't download them. You literally need to click the 3 dots, and then you have the option to download the file. Obviously on a phone, it just appears on the screen. And it will download the recipe book for you to be able to view those. Okay. Within your files, you will also have your individual assigned nutrition plan. So I'm going to click on John Knowles is here just to show you guys. So again, it's a case of we need to download it. And your nutrition plan will appear like this. It's got some slightly different artwork now because it's a new plan. Okay, so within the nutrition plan, we have how many calories we're on, how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats, and also the instructions on exactly how to input it into MyFitnessPal, which is the next stage that we're going to go to from here. So it also lists all the protein sources, carbohydrate sources, fat sources, and also micronutrients. And then I've also listed a kind of random day guide with 5 meals, which would be the maximum amount of meals that people have. But again, everything is individual and bespoke to you. So you might have 2 meals and 3 snacks. You might have 3 meals and 2 snacks. You might have 3 big meals. You know, everything is individual to each person. So a big thing as well is not comparing yourself to others and not thinking that, you know, we have to do this in order to get an exact thing. You know, it's not an exact science. Each thing is about.
Lee, I don't know if you can hear me, but we can't see anything on screen if you can hear me.
Oh, right.
And there's a few messages going on chat, and I've unmuted it. I don't like doing it, but you just can't see. It's just a blank screen. So for about last few minutes, we've not really seen anything.
Oh, right. Jesus. It's showing sharing at my end.
Right, Lee, Simon, if you log out and then log back in, it seems to work. I've got you now.
So you can see my screen?
I can see you now, yeah.
But can you see my screen with the diet plan on it?
No.
I can see you. We can see you, but
yeah.
you just can't. It's just a blank screen.
See, mine's got a big thing saying that it's you are screen sharing, and I can see it and it's live.
It says Lee Freeman has started screen sharing, but then it's just sort of going round like it's trying to load.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what mine says. Sorry, I'll mute it again.
Oh, it's all right. Right, I'm not sure what to do here.
Unless we just watch video when you've finished it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the best option for today, and then I'll try and figure it out and do another one, I guess. I don't know why it's not working. I use this every day. Just bear with me 1 second. Let me just see what I can do. Is it something to do with security? Let me try stopping sharing and then. So Zoom meeting, start share, desktop, share computers. Is that shared now?
Yeah, I've got it now.
Yeah, I can see as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can.
Cool. Okay, so let's go right back to basics. I'll leave the chat open this time. So within the PT Hub app, we have the 9 dots here. This is almost the same on the mobile version. I think Zoom must have put some form of security setting in because I had to put my password in. That may be why my laptop, why my iPad's not linking up as well. So we have these 9 dots, and this is our main homepage here. So the first thing we need to look at is files. Now, within files, you will obviously see that mine have all of your files in. Yours will just have all the recipe books. It will have your personalized nutrition plan, and it will also have a COVID training guide, which is a home one just for you to keep for people that want to train at home. It's not your individual training plan. And it will also have your individual nutrition plan, as I said. So if for whatever reason, some people say they can't see these files occasionally when they go into files, if that happens to you, it's just the filter setting that needs changing. So there's a little yellow filter option here. And for some reason, some people's it auto resets to all files or off of assigned files. So whichever one it's not on, if you can't see anything, just change it to the other one within the filters and they will all appear. They are all there, definitely. But if for any reason you're having any difficulty with that, just message us on the hub, which brings us on to the next bit, which is the chat. So the chat facility here on the hub comes you guys, you'll see on the left, straight through to me and Nat. So that's your port of call if you're struggling with anything, if you need any help with anything whatsoever. If you are struggling with anything technical wise, like sign in with PT Hub or anything, then you have got the support facility via them as well, the help facility. So if it is a technical issue, you can contact support as well. So yeah, so nutrition plan. So every time we want to go back to the start, we'll go back to the dots, back to the hub. We're into the home page and we'll go into our files. So I'll go back to using, you can download your nutrition plan from there, 3 dots, download file, your plan will come up. If you've done your questionnaire, your plan's in there already and you have your diet plan ready like John's is here, okay? So it will tell you how many calories, how many grams of carbs, proteins and fats, and how to input it onto MyFitnessPal. So it basically takes you through a step-by-step guide. We don't use PT Hub for nutrition, we just use it for training. And then it also gives you a guide on meals. As I was saying before, I won't repeat it, but it is just a guide. It clearly says this is just a guide. You don't have to have these meals and have these, it's split up in this way. You know, with the recipe books, you've got over 400 recipes. You don't have to have them. You can pick from any of these foods and make your own meals. You can get them all from the recipe books. You can use your own recipes. You can literally do anything you want. And that's what I'm going to come on to teaching you now, about how to make it all work for you and your life. So that will be your first port of call to download this or to keep it on your screen, however you choose, and have your figures here in terms of how many calories you've been given how many grams of protein, carbs and fats. So again, don't compare yourself to other people, because every single person's calories and macros are completely different based on your energy demand, your age, your height, your sex, how much you train, all those types of things. So that brings us to MyFitnessPal. Okay, MyFitnessPal is by far the best food tracking app. But again, that is all we use it for, not for exercise, not for check-ins, not for anything else. Might seem a bit of a strange way for doing things, but it's better to use the best apps for the best, for what they're best at, rather than, you know, using one app because it's good at one thing and then a substandard section of the other part of it. So once you've created your account, this will bring you to the home page. Now, a really nice feature that you will see here is you can see that I've actually tracked my food for 801 consecutive days. And this is what I mean about it becoming the best habit you will ever have, okay? And once you've tracked it for 7 days, it's a bit like anything. Like if people are giving up smoking or alcohol, it's you've built something really good and you've built something you don't want to lose. So, you know, keep an eye on your streaks, and do make sure you do track your food every day, because once you get used to it, it is literally a 2-minute job, and it will allow you to manage your nutrition in and out of every situation in the world, okay? And that's what we're going to go through now. So the goals section here, under goals, we have your daily nutrition goals. Now, you can go in and you will obviously copy. So if I was doing it for John, I would go back to his plan. Okay, he's on 2,578 calories. So I'm going to change it to 2,578. And he's on a split of 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat. So you simply change them over to whatever yours are. Again, they're all different, so check carefully. Save changes, and that's it. Off we go. It's all set up, okay? So from there, the next section that we need to know about is food. Now, this is how your food diary will appear. And it's very similar on the desktop, but I would advise you to go back and watch the video that I posted yesterday in the welcome message after this, because that's when I show you how to do it on a phone, which obviously isn't working for some reason. And it is slightly different on a phone, but that one I go through it on the phone very, very clearly. So we can see all our figures at the bottom of here of what we're allowed, and all the figures are nicely in green. Don't need to worry about sodium, don't need to worry about sugar. All we need to worry about now are calories, carbs, fats, and protein. These meal names, again, mine are customized to me, so you can change yours however you want. You might have breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, tea, supper, or snack, lunch, dinner, however you want to do it. But we just change that in settings, and then the meal names are there. So you can just change them to whatever you want them to be and what works for you. You know, dependent on careers, some people just have 3 big meals every day. Some people have 3 big meals and 3 snacks. It's just completely down to each individual. So make it what you want them to be. Also, if you're someone that does struggle with kind of time and planning and forgetting, I also put in what time I have my meals as well, okay? Because otherwise you just kind of can drift and then go through long periods when you've not eaten, then you've got loads of food left, and then you need to make it up. And, you know, it's a good tip to help with discipline to have the times in as well, okay? So we're now going to come on to how we would build a day. Now, once you are all superstars at MyFitnessPal, you will eventually get to a level where you can almost make it up as you go along, if that makes sense, because you'll understand what carbohydrates are, what fats are, what protein are, and how to kind of mix and match it throughout the day. But to start with, 100% plan 2 or 3 days in advance what you're going to eat, and have kind of a set day to fall back on. Okay, so how we add food is below each meal there's simply an add food tab. So when we click on that, you can see it will come up with everything that I've eaten in the past for that meal. Okay, so once you've gone through and created meals and made a lot of meals that you like and logged them and saved them, obviously you'll realize that they're there and you don't have to search for them every time. But to start with, yours might be empty, so it's a little bit more time consuming. So it's probably a few foods you weren't expected to see on there, like wine gums and mini cheddars and things that you think, God, I can't believe he eats that. But again, that's what we're coming on to be able to show you how to make these things work. So all I'm going to do is put in a really simple breakfast in that meal. So 100 grams of Cocoa Pops, some unsweetened almond milk, and then I'm going to have a protein shake with it as well, which is Cytec Vanilla, and pop those in. Okay, so that's a very easy way to show you, once all your foods are in there, how quickly you can just put that meal in. Now, again, if that's something you have for breakfast every single day, we can use the quick tools and we can just go copy from yesterday. So that will just copy that meal from yesterday straight onto the next day. Saves you loads of time. You can also click remember meal and save it. So you might save like Ali breakfast 1, Ali breakfast 2, Ali breakfast 3, and you know what they are, and then they're in there forever. You don't have to recreate them every time. Okay. So going on to meal 1, if you obviously haven't used it before, you're not going to have anything in there. So we're going to go into how to do that. So as an example, for meal 2, I'm going to say that I was having scrambled eggs on toast. Okay, so 2 ways to do it. One is the type in version. So Warburton's, there's like every food in the world is on here. Okay, so Warburton's seeded bread. So we can search for any of the foods, and there we go. We can see all the different options that have come up. Now, it's not always possible, but where possible, always go for one that's got a green tick, okay? Because that means it's been verified and the nutritional information is verified. Some foods are on there are incorrect because it's user generated. Now, you can then see over here that we can adjust the servings and we can also adjust how much. Okay, so we're going to go for 2 servings of 1 slice, and we add that to the food diary, and there we go, it's in. Okay, easy peasy. So we then shop at Asda. So we're going to have our eggs, so we simply search Asda eggs. Now again, we've got a nice one with a green tick. It comes up with 2 eggs. We're going to click on that and we're going to have 4 eggs. So we're going to have 2 servings of 2 eggs. Or if we wanted to split it down further, we can change it to 1 egg. So we can have 4 servings of 1 egg. Okay. Okay, that's gone in twice by mistake. Okay, so now a big thing that people forget, and this is where I would say 90% of people fail, okay? You have to include things like butter. If there was one single reason why people can't figure out why they're not progressing, when they think they're doing everything perfectly, 100 times out of 100, it's either inaccurate or false tracking. Okay, so if you look, two 10-gram things of Lurpak, and that's only the really small ones you get in the hotel. Of all the days, MyFitnessPal's now going to have a lockdown. You know, we can see that 76 calories. Now, the same, a latte from Costa can be up to 250 calories. You know, little bits of sauces, the odd little bit of thing here and there. And this is what MyFitnessPal will really get you to grips with tracking, okay? Now, again, at the bottom, you can now see that we've had 1,257 calories, 129 grams of carbs, 42 grams of fat, and 91 grams of protein. And we can see what our goal is for the day and what we've got remaining. So it's a case of just putting in what we want. So I'm going to go through these two quickly because I want to come on to the evening meals to show you. So if we go add workout. Okay, so again, let's say I had Uncle Ben's tomato and basil rice and ready to eat chicken slices. Again, you can see the totals are coming down, but they're all still nicely in green. And I'm going to have lean minced beef, bird's eye, steam fresh veg, and a lot of carbs on there. I'm going to put the Lurpak in for my baked potato, and I'm going to have McCain ready baked potato. So again, really quick meal. That's like both of those meals. That rice meal is like a 2-minute meal. The rice goes in the microwave and the chicken's ready cooked. Chop all the chicken up and put it in with the warm rice. 2 minutes. So we can see here, again, all the proteins, carbs and fats that are in each meal. And you can see my fat's now gone into red, okay, which means I've gone over my allowance for the day. So I'm going to have to pull that back a little bit and just have a little bit less butter in my jacket potato. Again, you can see there how quickly things like that might happen. So you've all obviously seen as well, if I go back to the hub, so let's go back to PT Hub. So within the hub, you also have your recipe books. Now, you'll see the difference between the group. Anyone who's like total foodies, who love cooking, and you've always failed on a diet plan because you've had some coach who just told you need to eat chicken, broccoli and sweet potato 5 times a day, will love these. So we're just going to download that one there. Don't know why it's not downloading. There we go. So within the recipe books, you have 13 of these, and we have, as you can see, the mains. We've got balsamic beef with beetroot and rocket, Cajun turkey steaks with pineapple salsa, paella, lemon chili prawn quinoa bowls. So it's really quite flashy stuff. I'm sure some of the lads will be watching this thinking, this is my worst nightmare. I struggle with beans on toast. And if that's your thing, then that's okay. You know, you're going to be having the packets of rice and the cooked chicken, or maybe a chicken and avocado wrap, or anything that you can do that's quick and easy. But if you love cooking, these are the absolute bomb. So let's pick the Californian burger bowls, page 48. So all the recipes in the books are already on MyFitnessPal. So if you were, for example, it's the right page. So if you were going to make these Californian burger bowls yourself, it would be a complete and utter nightmare. You're going to have to put all of that into MyFitnessPal and then try and work it out, how much you've had of each and weighing it and all that. With this, all we need to do is make it, and we know that that entire recipe serves 4. Now, Californian burger bowls, all we would then do on MyFitnessPal is if you have printed the recipe books, you can scan that barcode with the scanners and it will go straight in. They're on every single recipe. Or what I find much easier is if you just put the letters ACA, Californian again, you'll see it will come straight up there. So we've got Californian Burger Bowls, ACA. Click on that. One serving of one portion. And in it goes. So all you need to do is cook it and eat it. Now, again, we can see here, and this is what we're going to come on to over time as we work with each person individually, is I clearly like a diet that's much higher fat than this, what I've put in for John, because my fats are going over by quite a bit, but I'm still massively within my calories. So for me now, that's okay, you know, because we need to focus on foods that we like rather than trying to fit the plan to foods we don't like. So again, I'm going to put another different meal in. So ACA turkey chili, which is one of my favorites. Really simple to make. And we're going to put that into meal 4. So most of you won't, I don't think anyone's eating as many calories of this. But in terms of making it all match as you get closer, you can see now we've got 79 grams of carbs left with 21 grams of fat over, and we've got 61 grams of protein left. So the turkey chili, I could actually have 2 portions because I can see that's going to be another 47 grams of that and another 32 grams of protein. So if I change that to 2 portions, this is more for if you're a kind of perfectionist who wants to get it right. I can see my fats are taking me over. So I'm going to drop my eggs down to 2 because they're quite high in fat. And I'm also going to get rid of my butter because I don't actually really need that with my scrambled eggs. And I'm going to see where I'm at. So, okay, so my fats have come right back down to what I would call an acceptable level. They're within 10, but I still need more protein and I still need more carbs. So where can I find them from? Well, I can find it by increasing the protein, increasing the levels of food that I've already got. So for instance, if I just wanted a quick, easy way to find an extra 33 grams of carbs, I could increase the portion size of my Cocoa Pops. And all the time, I'm just cross-referencing it back down here as I adjust things in the meal. So I can now see I'm 3 grams of carbs over, 11 grams of fat over, and 36 grams of protein under. So again, where can I get my protein from? Well, I could have more chicken. So let's try having 200 grams of chicken rather than 160. Again, not quite perfect, but it's getting closer to where it should be. Put my protein in my protein shake up even more. You guys won't be eating anywhere near this amount of food, so it's no biggie. So there we can see now. Okay, so I've gone over on calories slightly. I'm over on fats. So I can see that this is my fats column here. Okay, so I want to get those fats back in line. And this is what sometimes you'll need to realize is that you can't have certain foods with certain things on certain days because it'll push them over. So I'm going to take the meal out, which is the eggs meal, and I'm going to think of something different there. So straight away I can see, there we go, my fats are now within 1, which is perfectly acceptable. It was them that was putting them over. So instead, I'm going to have age 0% total Greek yogurt. Search. And again, a really good tip as well is you can change the serving size to 1. So even if you literally had 127 grams, it would be 127 servings of 1 gram. So again, there now we're getting into the levels where if you do want to be a perfectionist, we're right within the range here. But as long as calories are under and these 4 figures are within 15 to 20, then that's more than good enough to start with. It's not, nutrition isn't an exact science, okay? You don't, all foods are cooked differently, they're prepared differently, they're different from different supermarkets. Some of them won't be perfectly listed on here. So you don't need to go that OTT that you think it's like, oh my God, I'm going to fail because I was 25 grams of carbs under there. You'll probably have made those carbs up from cups of tea and things in the day in the milk. So the route 1 for the first week is just to get all food tracked every single day, plan in advance, get it as close as you can, and then we update your stats, your measurements, and your photos every week and see where we're at. Because, sometimes people just progress anyway, and it's just from tracking food and just having that awareness of what they're doing now. So the biggest thing not to do to start with is kind of to overthink and overcomplicate everything. And it's just that history to start with again. So we've got that database to work from, and you might track your food for a week and you'll be like, I'm really struggling to stay under on fats and carbs, but I can't eat that amount of protein. So again, we can look at adjusting things to make it move, to make it fit in with your food choices. But overall, route 1 is just, let's get it all logged. That's one of the things in the promise as well, that you do have to log your food every day, because the way to think of it is, if not, it's like not knowing how much money you earn each month, not knowing how much money you spend, getting in trouble as you would if you didn't know how much you were earning or spending, and then going to your bank manager to sort it out, but going, oh yeah, by the way, I don't have any statements or any history of what I earn or spend. He'd be like, well, how am I going to sort it out? And food's just the same, until we get to that level where we can all eat intuitively and be a little bit more relaxed with it. This data is absolutely crucial to us. Okay. So that's food boxed off for now. Route 1 is just practice planning a couple of days, and then we'll work from there. So training wise, you will all also have your training plans assigned on the hub now also. And again, these are not set in stone. If you're uncomfortable with anything, if anything hurts, if anything's not what you expected, if it's you're looking to do something different, then again, everything is up for discussion. So don't, again, become overwhelmed. Now, there's 2 ways to do your training. So we have 2 different sections here, and this will depend on how you want to run it as an individual. Now, programs is for the ultra disciplined, what's a good word? OCD type people who like tick box systems and like to completely do everything 100% to the plan. Okay. So if we click on, obviously I've got all the programs in here. You guys will just have whichever individual one you've been assigned. But if I click on the male beach physique, okay, it's actually set out with every workout on every day for the entire 8 weeks. Okay. Then within each session, you can see the workouts, and you can also print the workouts if you're someone who's really old school and you just want to print it off and see it instead. Now, also within each workout, you can click on the, sorry, I'll just go back so you can see me do that. So if you click on the exercise name, you will then have a video that shows you exactly how to do that exercise. Okay, so some of you have got home programs, some of you have got gym programs, but they've all got videos that show you how to do it, how many reps, how long a rest, and they are all there for you to view like that. Now, if you want, as I discussed, the kind of super disciplined option, what we can do is we can click start program, and it will send you a notification each day of which workout you have to do. If you would prefer not to get those notifications, you can turn them off anyway if you decided that you change your mind afterwards. But if you prefer not to have the notifications and not have that schedule, because obviously what the schedule does is it ties the workouts to different days. And if every single week you're working out on different days, it's probably going to get on your nerves, because it's going to tell you to do week 1, day 2 on Wednesday. Whereas if you're not doing it until Thursday, it's going to keep telling you to do it on Wednesday. So again, it's personal choice on that. But the workouts section, if we click on here, okay, again, obviously there's hundreds in mine because it's every different person's training plan. But let's say, for instance, you were doing the female booty builder plan. It will have week 1 workout 2, week 1 workout 3, week 1 workout 3. So again, they are available to view within the workout section, but they're not tied to certain days. So again, this is when we can start to mix and match sessions. So you might be like, well, I did that session and I really, really liked that, so I'm going to do that one every week. Again, a big thing to remember with fitness and training is to focus on what we enjoy. So again, always provide feedback on that. Again, you don't have to do the workout sessions to burn the calories. Lots of the team do running, they do swimming, they do mountain biking, they do classes with their friends. And it's another big misconception in fitness that I think people adapt this attitude that you do this and you get that, and they're constantly looking for the silver bullet or the secret plan or the person that's going to give them, you see it all the time, what burns more calories, HIIT or cardio, or weights or cardio. And at the end of the day, calories burned are calories burned. So the best way to do them is a way that you find fun and not non-disruptive, and then we can obviously increase that level of exercise up or down dependent on how you progress each week. Now with the app, you also, where's it gone? So we also have so if we go back into the hub and we come into our hub on our main page, so you'll get a reminder as well, but we have our options here. So where you see today's schedule there, if you start the program, it will list your workouts for each day that you have there, and then it will keep sending you notifications until you do them. So we also then, you'll get notifications to update your measurements. So first ones will be on Monday. Ignore the where it says left and right on anything like chest. You just put it into one box. Obviously you've got a left and right thigh and a left and right calf and a left and right arm, but if you've only got one body part, then you just list it once. And we then also have the add progress photos. So again, front, side and back, take your photos really clear, whatever you're comfortable in. Front, side and back, same clothes, same time. Always do your check-ins at the same time every week, because occasionally people have meltdowns because they've gone up 4 kg because they weighed themselves in the evening. Well, of course you're going to weigh yourself in the evening because you're full of food. You're going to weigh a lot more than you do in the morning. So always weigh yourself first thing in the morning. Pictures always in the same place, and pictures are the most important marker of progress. which you'll learn more and more over the next few weeks. But, you know, weight is really not the most important marker of where we're at. You know, you don't look at someone with your dream body walking down the beach and go, wow, look at her, she's like 9 stone 12. You just go, wow, she looks amazing. So that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the look, we're focusing on the vision, and you know, that progress comes from your personal feedback and also from us being able to see the change in the photos. You know, we don't want to see change on the scales, we want to see change in ourselves. That's what we're working towards. So they are there to update. Start chat anytime you want if you've got any queries. And I think that's it. I think I've already overloaded you enough with information today as it is. So the Route One's thing today is to download the apps, have a play around, don't put too much pressure on yourself, start planning some meals. There's going to be another Q&A tomorrow morning, a Facebook Live one, so I'll be back then to answer any questions. But then the Q&As and lives are every morning next week anyway, so you know, you're never more than 24 hours away from being able to ask for any help or ask for any questions. It's completely overwhelming to start with, but you will get there and it will get much easier, I promise you. So yeah, that's all for today. Sorry about the technical issues at the start, but like I say, I'll be posting the recording of this. If you are predominantly going to be using your phone, do go back and watch the video when I introduced everyone yesterday, because that has the mobile version of how to use it, okay, which unfortunately for some reason didn't work today. So yeah, have a great day, guys, and anything at all, just drop us a message on the hub. I'm going to post the promise up now. Everyone needs to comment agreed on it, and then we hit the ground running on Monday. Take care, guys.
Bye.
I need to stop recording.